Hey, Mike Healy here, and I sincerely appreciate you taking time to watch this video. And I'm going to go through this fairly quickly in some spots. I'm going to slow down in others, but this is some stuff that I think that a lot of people have asked me what I've been doing to generate so many leads, build a big business, how I prospect on the internet, how I've automated my prospecting to begin with. And I think this is going to really give you a great revelation. Now, I will tell you that I suggest that you save this video and you go to my blog page, which is whoismikehealy.com, and you check out the blog post that I will have on this video, because I'll put a lot of the graphics in there and some hyperlinks to different things that you may need in here. But let me tell you this video, what it's going to do is it's going to break down what I believe is a sound, tried and true prospecting method using the internet. I have combined old school techniques, from basically my 21 years full-time in the direct selling industry of stuff that has worked. I have built teams into the tens of thousands multiple times in multiple companies, but this is stuff that I started to pick up, and I was like, well, because of technology, what if we could, get those things to translate over into the bigger picture, okay? So let's just jump right into this. And I think you're going to really find that this is a great video for you, okay? This was something that I just recently saw. I thought it was fantastic, so I added it to my PowerPoint here by Rory Vaden. It says, automation is to your time exactly what compounding interest is to your money. And automation, properly done, allows you to build or if you put a system together that allows you to automate your primary processes of building, recruiting, introducing your company, your business, whatever it might be, you can really ramp the thing up. You can actually scale it, is what they call, okay, how they say it. Now, for years, I have used a 5-step recruiting process. So this is 20 years worth of successful steps, my recipe that I've done. I've personally enrolled over 1,100 people in my direct selling businesses. And I used these 5 steps. The first one was prospect, basically looking for people to talk to. The next one was I figured out ways to contact them. The next one was I used tools to present. I obviously followed up. You've heard the phrase fortunes in a follow-up. And I repeated the process. This is the stuff that I've taught year after year after year, okay? So these still hold true in the automated system I'm about to show you. Okay, these are the exact steps that have always worked, but I've learned how to automate them using technology. Okay, because that was the question I was asking myself. If I figured that it was truly a numbers game, that the law of large numbers would, always dictate, make me a better person. Basically, the law of large numbers dictates that if you do something long enough, a ratio will appear. That's Jim Rohn off of one of his CDs. That I figured if I could automate this process, it would really work out well. So the thing is I don't think people understand how significant automation can be for their businesses and their incomes. Because most people, if our goal is to get paid $100,000 for digging a ditch 10 feet deep and 100 feet long, most people traditionally are still using a shovel. What if I could introduce you into a backhoe and ask you the question, which one would you rather use? It would probably be the backhoe. It wouldn't be rocket science to figure out that if you could use new technologies to do the same thing, you would probably do that. Okay, so this is just me showing you what I've been doing. Okay, now I'm gonna show you this, and then we're gonna go by each point, each page, each thing, and I'll give you the examples of why they're put together, and I'll also show you examples of how you can do the same. Okay, now what this is this represents pretty much a customer journey from point A to point B. This being point A, going through these things to point B. Okay, so let me give you an example of what I'm showing you here. I own a company called BidPoint. BidPoint is a commercial energy brokerage that we have put together with a direct selling model that people can get in and get paid on commercial energy for their referrals. Okay, so my ultimate goal is to get people to join BidPoint. Okay, so that's the example. How I do that is I start at the beginning process. Now these are things that I've done over the years, and I spent a lot of time and testing and stuff and verification, and I scaled these things and so on. So this is the funnel, and I'm gonna walk you through it. Okay. Now, so this is what the funnel looks like. These are the images of the points, the places that people will visit. But then I'm going to show you the process, because if you get these are another 5 steps that I think if you see these, they'll help you understand this. Now, I have figured out that a minimum lifetime customer value, that's what LCV stands for, if you hear me reference it again, is on average, I have seen that on average, if somebody joins, the lifetime customer value for that person, whether it's a year or 2 years, is right around $500. Regardless, those are just the numbers and the averages that have come out. So that's really, really a good thing. So in your funnel, what the things are that you have to get to figure out, and this will show you what the processes are of that do kind of go along with the other 5 steps, is traffic. Now, understand that traffic is no longer an issue in this day and age. Leads are no longer an issue in this day and age. You do not have to SEO, search engine optimize, your websites any longer for traffic. That's the old school way of doing it, believe it or not. You can go to what we call the traffic store, or any numerous amounts of traffic stores, and buy traffic of people that will go to your page, your prospecting page, or whatever your offer might be. Okay, so I'll do maybe a video on that specifically, or you can request it or ask that, and I'll walk you through it. Okay. The other thing is I I send people to what we call a landing page. A landing page is basically a place that somebody will go to that they're going to get an offer. The capture is basically you're going to capture their information so that you can do this, and that's build rapport, because people will join you typically because they know you, like you, and trust you. And then after building a rapport, then you can make your proposal. The problem is most people get some kind of traffic and they drive them straight to a proposal, when this stuff in the middle, especially rapport, could be the most important aspects of that. All right, so let's break this down. Like I mentioned before, traffic is not an issue. You can buy leads, and I'll show you some of that stuff, and I've got videos out there on my YouTube channel of how to drive paid traffic to your sites of really hyper targeted. I'm talking, you can do it by city, you can do it by state, you can do it by country, you can do it by age, demographic, psychographic, whatever you want. People that have an XYZ in common with this. It's just absolutely incredible. In this funnel that I'm going to show you exactly, I'm driving, okay, so I'm specifically looking for people that would be interested in learning how to make money in the deregulation of energy. Okay, so I drive them using and I'll show you this as I get back to it, blog page, blog post. Into the blog post has a thing that drives them to this energy page. When they opt in, they say, yeah, I think I want to read about that. They opt in, and I capture their information and put them on an autoresponder. And I understand all this is automated. Once you put it together once, you don't have to do it again. That I now then build rapport using a few simple videos through a few easy emails. They're very, very simple. Okay. And then at the end of the funnel, basically of these sequential emails, I then make my proposal. Okay. Join me. So I'm gonna walk you through each one of these and just kind of give you some basics on it of what they are and why I do them. Okay. So let's start with the first half of this. Okay. The first half is basically what I have. I start with creating a blog post to a piece of content, such as a download, a free audio, a free video, whatever it might be. Doesn't matter what the offer is. Really, it really doesn't. It's just I'm trying to get somebody. I put it on the blog post because then I can post that blog post onto my Facebook page. And when I use this as content, it reads better than if it's an ad. If it reads, it will be a paid ad eventually. But what I do is I take the blog post, put it in here so it looks like a piece of content. It's through the normal flow. It's a native advertising campaign is what it's called, to where somebody's reading an article and they're going to take a look at it. So if they go through Facebook, they're scrolling through. The most important thing on here is typically the image when you're scrolling through Facebook, because people do it fast. And then, oh, rich in energy, they click that, it would drive them to here. And then in this article at the bottom, they would see a little image that says, you know, click here to download the free energy report. It would take them to my landing page there, okay? So now they're at my landing page and they opt in to get the report. So when they click on that, the opt-in thing comes in, and I only request an email. I don't put in name, phone number, email, you know, address, you know, social, date of birth, none of that stuff. You want to make it the least intrusive way of getting in. I think that's the word I'm looking for to get somebody to join you or to opt in, okay? Because this is where you build your rapport that you can ask extra stuff. Now, once somebody opts in, immediately I email them. It will be automatically emailed to them in the back, you know, to their email system. The book will be delivered, okay? The other thing is in most of these autoresponder systems, like I use Aweber, and I'll give you a link for that too, that when I have somebody opt in, they then, you know, they get the delivery of the lead, the item, the book, but then they're bounced immediately to what I call bridge page. Now I might change this up every once in a while, but a bridge page is kind of a first introduction video that says, hey, thanks for opting in. Real excited about this. And by the way, as a bonus to this book, I thought it would be a great thing to add some videos to it that would help you to truly understand this. Since I'm the author, it'll help you do it, okay? Now what happens then is I set together about 4 videos, a 4-part video sequence. First one being, it would go along the lines of the first chapter of the book. Hey, what is energy deregulation? And then the next one would be, hey, chapter 2, you know, this is pretty cool. This is how you know, how we've seen people earn money in the industry. Then this one is, you know, something along the next lines of why do you choose this route versus another route. And then the last one would be my my call to action video. This is like, hey, thanks for going through everything. If you made it this far, we're really impressed, and so on. Now I have a suggestion of all the points that I made. Okay, so let me hopefully you follow me on this, okay? Because this is really important stuff. Is I've gotten somebody's attention. They were the target market. They were interested. I began to educate them and build rapport, which is short little YouTube videos that are just basically embedded on my landing pages that are just immediately emailed to them, you know, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, that kind of thing. And then on the last one, if they watch this one, what's nice is, and you can track all your stats of all this. I mean, everything I do, I track all my data. But I see that, you know, if 70 or 80% of the people start here, and by the time the funnel's over, it's like 40% have stuck with me, that's a very interested candidate for my proposal. So when I say, hey, of all the things that I've mentioned in the previous videos and what you read in the book, here's my suggestion is go check out the company we put together that offers all of the points that I just told you. So I basically indoctrinated them with this sequence of videos and this information to build rapport first and foremost and offer them a slight proposal. Okay, so that's really important. Now, let me give you this part because this will really get you thinking about this. And I want to read this to you and we're going to walk you through it. If I gave you $5 for every dollar you gave me, how many $1 bills would you give me? You would give me as many as you could find. You would not stop. Done properly, these are the types of funnels that you can build that I have done and that I do have, okay? And I'll give you the example. I got the traffic, I've got the funnel, and then I've identified I reverse engineer what my cost or my profit is per person that would go through this funnel and join me. This number right here represents that I have watched that the average person that might join would bring $500 in lifetime customer value to me. That means I could spend up to, you know, basically up to $499 and still be profitable. But you don't have to do that because watch. What I will do is I reverse engineer that this is my call to action. If somebody joins, I make that. I understand the odds and numbers on the opt-in, but then at the very beginning, I look at what my cost is. Okay, so what I try to figure out is how many people, if it makes me this to get somebody to beginning here, to go here, to go here, to go here, and if it's $2 per lead and I spend $200 and 1 out of 100 joins, I'm still in the profit. If it was that bad, okay? But I'm going to show you my exact numbers here. Now this is specifically for this book, and I ran multiple campaigns. In fact, I ran 10 different separate campaigns. The reason I ran 10 separate is a lot of times I spend about $5 to, you can see here, $20. Okay, and the reason I only spend $5 to run an ad is I usually run in for my first ad is $5 to $20 to test the imaging and to test just to see if the audience that I'm targeting is relevant to my offer. By doing that, that gives me the numbers that say, oh, like you can put up to 6 images in the same ad with the same text and change those. And then what I'll do is I'll go, well, the only thing that changed was the book that had the yellow background versus the blue background was the one that got the most clicks. As weird as that might sound, that's what I track. That's what I would look for. And I look for these little tiny tweaks that I can do that. Now, once I've done that and I verified those numbers, then I can start to scale it up. But if you look from the 10 campaigns, the click column shows that I had 1,900 clicks, my reach, total reach. This was only a small segment. I mean, I only went small with this specific campaign of $281. So I had 1,900 clicks. I spent this. So basically it's costing me 14 cents to get somebody to click on the Facebook post that takes them to my website, whoismikehealy.com, with that article on there, the energy article. And by doing that, then they have the opportunity to opt in. Okay, so this is the number that's really, this is a very good number because it's not a very expensive thing. So let me show you the results from this campaign, and you'll see again why automating your process can really rock your world. Because I've dialed the phone probably hundreds of thousands of times, if not a million times in the last 20 years, and gotten results. But this is a whole full automated process. I can be on my bike outside now, riding my bike, going to Chipotle in the middle of the afternoon, and if I got these ads running and these funnels put together properly, they're generating results. Okay, so let me show you that. So I talked about I had 1,905 clicks, $281 ad spend, cost me 14 cents per click. Now, 20% of the people that clicked, that went to the blog post, 20% of them clicked on that to go to that landing page that made the offer, and 381 of them became leads. So right now, it cost me $1.30 per lead based on those campaigns right there, those 10 campaigns that I did. And obviously some of them that aren't getting results, I just turn off, right? I just turn them off. So, and this was total ad spend of just this segment of campaigns I'm showing you. Now, if a lead goes through that full funnel of all the videos and my conversion to reps is only 5%, and it's way higher, but I don't think you'd believe the numbers, so I use the dorky little 5%. That's 19 people that decided to join, become a rep or an agent with us. If a lifetime customer value is $500, that means 19 people that I spent $200 to generate leads to get to will pay me $9,500 for that. I want you to let that soak in for a second. Did it take some time to put a funnel together like this? Yep. Did I have to learn a few little things about each point? Yep. Is it worth it? Well, you tell me. Is this a license to print money if you want to or not? And I've done this with multiple things. I've done it with subscription offers. I've done it with other books that I've had. I've driven traffic to other direct selling things. But this one is really, really just amazing to me how well this has turned out. Now, before I want to go into one other thing, and I want to point this out because this is important to you, is how to properly use content. And I'm just going to give you an example of I want you to go look at some of these things afterwards. I'll give you links and stuff like that, so you can see the processes that I've done and what are the key components that you can look at. I don't want you to necessarily do anything but look at why they're put together the way they are and where the call to actions are and so on. So my company's blog page is bidpoint.co. Now that wasn't a misspell, it's bidpoint.co. Okay. I wrote this article, 5 reasons to become an energy agent. Who do you think my target market is? People that would be interested in becoming an energy agent. The image I use here, just the image itself, is family. Okay, it's a good family photo. They're looking up, so when that becomes a post, I make my image on Canva, canva.com. I forgot to put that in here, to make this image, and then when I put the link to the thing on our page, have you been thinking about the possibility of becoming an energy agent? 5 reasons, and I click this here. This looks like a piece of content, which is exactly what it is. It doesn't look like join my company. That's the problem I see so many people have problems with when they're doing marketing on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, whatever it might be, the social networks. Use pieces of content. In fact, that's why we created this blog page. It's totally generic, so that anybody that's an agent with our company can use these same things and put them on their own Facebook pages. 5 reasons to become an energy agent. You could write, oh, I love this article. It was great. Okay, so that's an example. Here's another one. Top 3 ways to market commercial energy. I would take this post it onto our Facebook page, and then I would drive paid traffic targeting people that I know are interested in the states that I need them in they maybe currently are associated with some form of energy companies, and I can target those people specifically with this type of ad. It looks like a blog post to drive brand awareness, to drive somebody to say, what the heck is BidPoint? What is that? I hope you get this, because this is the stuff right here that drives me nuts when I see people doing it on Facebook. They're just say, join my company, best in the industry, best comp plan. Nobody cares about all that stuff. They want you gradually walk them in and build rapport. This is me using content to build rapport for our company, so that if they see ads down the road, and I mean, I've got some sophisticated stuff hooked up too. Like I've got retargeting pixels all hooked up. I can do Google AdWords, the whole 9 yards. Okay. And at the end, just as another point of this, at the bottom of these articles, I then have my quote unquote call to actions, which are just to watch some short videos. Watch the video below to see how many people are becoming agents with BidPoint. So I used this post, put it on our Facebook, drive some paid traffic to it. They read the article because they're interested in ways to make money in commercial energy, and boom, they watch some videos and now they're interested in becoming involved. That's how important it is. Okay, so hopefully you understood a little bit of what I showed you here, and I could go into detail on some of this stuff for hours and just blow your mind at what the capabilities are. But I'd recommend that if you walk yourself through these funnels themselves, it'll give you based on this. Watch this video, look at the blog post of it on whoismikehealy.com, and then if you want, go check out the company that I put together with some of my partners, and you'll see these things in action. Okay, if you want to get that, go straight to that book, MikeHealyTraining.com/rich-in-energy-PDF, or go to Who is Mike Healy and look up the book on there. I think it's in one of the blog posts, and opt in. Watch the sequence of videos. Watch how I scripted the emails themselves. Watch the videos themselves. See what I say, how I say it, how the formula works. Look at the call to action to it. You're at the call of action by about the 3rd or 4th day after rapport, and you'll see exactly what the process is here. So anyhow, hopefully you got a lot out of this. I think if you really open your mind to the potential of what an automated prospecting funnel can do for you, it can completely rock your world. And we are also building these for our agents in our company. So it's pretty exciting to see how this is all coming together. So anyhow, my name is Mike Healy again. Thank you very much for watching this. And if you'll do today what others won't, you will live tomorrow like others can. Thanks.